Soul Garden.
Hello my captains, and welcome back to Horoscopes weekly edition. My name is Christopher Witecki. Well, when I last left the directors of the human race, basically the people who are our captains of the ship, the ones that have to make the hard decisions, the sun was in Scorpio. Now when the sun was in Scorpio, you were deciding where you believe you belong. And for Capricorns, this is a big deal. When they cut from a situation, it's an amputation. Really. Capricorns are one sign that once they're gone, they're gone. You don't hear from them again. So when you decide to relocate, or you decide to find new friends, or a new community, or a new sphere of influence, what we're talking about, and since you are directors, you are the captains, where you decide to go or be is a huge deal. It actually is determining under the seams what's going to happen next on Earth, since you are the one that usually signs the check. Right, Capricorn? So that was a heavy time. And it also meant, I think, the separation from people in a sense of a decade change. You knew a decade was ending, and you knew a decade was being born. Then came Thanksgiving, a big booster shot known as a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. This booster shot was a big booster shot of faith. On Thanksgiving, the universe, God University, gave the Capricorns a big boost of faith. This probably also exposed in that big bright light cobwebs in your attic, and that's what this first chapter of Sun in Sag has been, fighting weeds. In the last week, before today, captains, Capricorns, were working on facing weeds. These are fears that wrap themselves around you all the way to childhood, to certain traumas in childhood, certain key decisions that were good for you as a child but not for you as an adult. This is the exposure of, oh gosh, you know, how did I end up in that wrong society anyways, or why did I need to make that decade change? The whys. Capricorns are kind of in their hermit mode, asking the whys, getting to the bottom of the whys. And as we wrapped up last week, probably identifying a fear, something that, a trend, a pattern, a dis-ease in your soul that you want to get rid of for good. That brings us where we are to today. We're in chapter 2 of Sun in Sagittarius. The Capricorns, ruler of I decide, the intention of I decide, the part of the soul that makes decisions. This is what you're naturally born great at. You are going to have a breakthrough when it comes to exactly that weed we were just talking about. Whatever weed you identified, or maybe several weeds, sometimes it's a core weed that sprouts off into other problems. This is the stuff that turns into self-sabotaging behavior. This is how we end up with the wrong guy or girl. It's that subconscious stuff. Well, on Monday, Capricorns getting to the bottom of it, or at least really feeling like you are. That's Uranus ruling the day. It may take the universe pulling the rug out from under you for you to kind of see it. It's really only if you have a breakdown on Monday. I just have to say that's how subconsciously adverse you were to seeing the truth. So remember, drama is in proportion to our resistance to learn. That's always the case, Capricorn. So, but if you're in the GA, we'll be giving the Capricorns extra special attention on Monday because we know it's going to be a difficult day for them. As we move into Tuesday and Wednesday, the moon moves out of Aries into Taurus, grounding the captains, feeling a lot better, also highlighting your inner child. So the moon in Taurus highlights the inner child, highlights your spiritual purpose, reminds you of why you're here, and we have a temporary soul pyramid in Earth. So on Wednesday, we'll be texting in detail. This is a very powerful day because whenever grand trines come together in Earth, you know there's going to be instant manifestation. The universe is going to come and support it almost instantly. Really, the epicenter is the moon in Taurus, reminding Capricorns of how they felt last summer. Okay, Jupiter awake and pushing forward in the summer was opening up your heart, opening up desire, opening up all possibility. Then Jupiter retrograded when the fall hit, and this moon is a reminder of that. Hey, remember this? Remember this dream? This in the solar pyramid triggers Mars, which is for you to move forward now, Capricorn, on your new belief structure. You know what you believe. The problem is the world doesn't seem to always echo what you believe. See, this is separating the men from the boys, so to speak, in the goat race, because the Capricorns stick by their beliefs, even though the world does not seem to be going along with that concert, are the ones that are going to come into power. Those are the New Age Capricorns, after Pluto is done with the Capricorn vibration. So we'll be encouraging you, move forward with what you actually believe, even if you don't have evidence. And then down to, of course, Pluto, which is saying to Capricorns, hey, it's time to change your ego, it's time to change the way you react to things, because the rules are going to change. They've changed in your heart, they will on the planet. You'll be a leader of the New Age if they do. And yes, your personal dreams do come true if you follow through with this. So allowing your ego to die where necessary, and Venus, really at the tip of this pyramid, is saying, okay, the way you give and receive must change now. The way you give and receive must change now. But for Capricorns, that means maybe you give and receive without a guarantee. That is stepping into faith, right, Captain? All right. Then, as we move to Friday, God University calling for decisions to be made. Okay, where do you believe you want to aim for inner health, inner faith? What will it take? What weed removal will it require? Are you willing to do it? Are you willing to make the leap? Or do you already have the faith, and is this whole month about actually giving power to it? All right. Either way, that soul pyramid helps, and it's time to decide by Friday. That brings us to a very powerful weekend. This weekend, there will be a full lunar eclipse. This is coming from where we were on Thanksgiving. Remember that big boost of faith you had 14 days ago? Well, now you've got to pay. You've got to pay. The universe says, all right, bring yourself emotionally to that place. Now you can bring yourself to that place with this full moon, or at the same time, you can feel collapsed. Either way, that moon is in the house of body and manifestation. In other words, you're going to feel your emotions on this full moon. It's going to be in your body. You're going to feel it in your lifestyle. You might be wanting that happy life right now, wanting it so bad you're willing to face those weeds. It really depends on where you are with your willingness to change. But a full moon demanding happiness now gives you the strength and also discomfort to go ahead and say, all right, I'm going to face this weed. It's going to, I commit to it. I will go for it. I will do what's necessary. Now, for those of you who are willing to move around in your inner faith and take a leap of inner faith, I do believe this triggers the moving forward of that new belief structure, Mars in Virgo. And incidentally, if you don't know, Mars in Virgo and helping you live by your creed, live by your beliefs, is leading up to Mars conjuncting your midheaven, which means career takeoff. So you're doing the necessary groundwork, Capricorn, by finding your faith in yourself in order for you to move forward with beliefs that are maybe unconventional, go against the grain, and at the same time, this will in fact bring your inner child out, and this will be, when you create this new world based on what you believe, you are creating the space for those dreams to come true. You will find that they were only limited by you playing by the old games. So, Saturday, a profound day indeed. On Sunday, we kind of just ease into first and just relax for a while. Taurus rules the day. The moon is still in Taurus. I'll be texting you through GA about how to kind of wrap up that business with your sleep intentions. So I think Sunday's a calm day. So if you have to play this all out drama this week in your life, again, that is only indicative of how resistant you are to learning. Just saying. You can make it easier on yourself if you want, Captain. You are running the show. But either way, we'll be helping you wrap up in GA. Now, if you're interested in your date life, well, I've got the Weekend Love and Lust Report going live on Friday. So that's where I report the romantic sides of the soul. Don't forget to miss it. Okay, Captain, that's all I have for this week. Hang in there. You're almost to the weeding period. I'll see you in 7 days. Live, love, be.